Hi, everybody. It's Gail, and welcome to the June look of the month. It's called Shimmer All Summer. I already have some of it on, and we're going to be just wrapping it up with putting on the four eyeshadows and lip color. So let's talk about what I've already got on. First of all, my prep steps always are my perfecting eye concealer on my eyelid and then under eye correcting under my eye. I also this time put on the blonde brow kit on both of my eyebrows ahead of time. And now let's talk about the foundation piece. This time I have on Mary Kay foundation primer with a little bit of Mary Kay silking setting powder and finish it off with a little bit of translucent powder. Then we've wrapped up the cheeks with a little bit of golden copper and glaze. But I thought it was a little bit too loud, so I went back over and dusted my cheeks on both sides with translucent loose powder just to take it down a notch. Okay, now let's move on to what's happening on my eyelashes. Well, everyone knows how to put on mascara, so I'm just looking for my two mascaras. I put on first Ultimate Mascara, coat and let it dry. Then I applied it again, a coat and let it dry. Then the Great Heights, a coat and let it dry. And then Great Lengths, and then no, Great Heights, and then a second coat of Great Heights mascara. And then I went, it looks pretty good, but it could look better. It could look longer. So I added just one more little coat of Ultimate Mascara on my eyelashes on both sets of eyes before we got started. Then I wanted to wrap it up with the eye design. So let's talk a little bit about the eye design, and then we'll talk about lips. So what I do off my master trays, I pull the eyeshadows that I'm going to use down on the bottom to make the video. So the eyeshadows I decided to go with, and the order that we're working with is I'm going from dark to light. So the first shade that I'm using, putting on, and I'm using the wide blending brush for this, and that's going to be the Frozen Iris. So that's going, and I'm just putting that on the eyelid. Kind of grabbing that color and just patting it on the eyelid. So that's my darkest shade. Then I go up one shade from there, Sunlit Rose. And the Sunlit Rose is going to go right along the brow bone and kind of into the crease, okay? But just to the brow bone, not up above the brow bone. Then from there, I'm going to go Dusty Rose. And from Dusty Rose, I'm going to switch over to this wedge brush. And so the Dusty Rose, I'm going to put up onto the brow bone area so you can definitely see that nice crescent shape. Because I have a lot of skin from the crease of the eye all the way up to the brow. So I want to be able to kind of cut that skin zone in half, and that's where that Dusty Rose comes in real handy. Just a nice light shade right there. So it kind of matches on both, right? Okay. Then from there, the next shade up is going to be the crystalline. I'm going to switch out brushes on that one. And I'm going to be using this, I think this is called the, it's not the contour, but the, maybe it is the contour brush. Okay, so from there, I'm going to put on a little bit of the crystalline on the inside corner of the eye. Ta-da. And then I'm also going to just underline my eyebrows one more time. Even though I have the highlight from the brow kit in, I want it a little bit brighter. So I think it matches out just fine. I'm going, I could use a little bit more color here. So let me go back and get a little bit more Dusty Rose up in here, just to smoke it up. And let's go back and get a little bit of that Frozen Iris. A little bit of that Frozen Iris, I'm going to put it along the lash line a little bit. Then I'm going to put a little bit up into the crease. And I want to have a little bit as a liner right down here on the bottom. So I'm just going to go right over my eyelashes just to give a little bit of color under the eyelashes on the lower side, on the below eyelashes. A real soft smudged eye line. That's everything right there. Okay. The Summer Shimmer eyeshadow. Now, if I want to pick this up a little bit, I could use a little bit of just a dab, a little bit of the very light. concealer in here just to pick this color up a little bit. Literally, I could just put it with my finger and just dab that color up a little bit just to lift the corner of the eye. Now, sometimes the inside corner of the eye looks a little bit dark because this is purple and I already have natural purpled skin tone there. So I'll put a little dab down here to help. And then up in the inside corner of the eye on both sides, a little bit more very light just to help tone that down and to play against the shadow that's happening there. So pat it in and pat a little bit up into the inside corner of the eye. Last step will be to put on a little bit of our our liquid lip oil. There we go. So let's go to that. I already have on, I decided to put on the waterproof lip liner that matches this, which is the natural nude. And I already had lined out my lips in that. And then I put on, now here's the lip oil. And this is in blush. It's a perfect match. Wonderful. Feels great. You know, I think it's got like 11 different oils in it. Makes your lips feel so hydrated. And that's the whole look. When I put my glasses on, I can even see it. Wow, that's my whole look. So thanks for watching. That's our Shimmer All Summer design. See you soon. Enjoy.